Alright guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube tutorial. This one is going to be my first Duvy type tutorial. I'll have a 100 band plan type beats or like New Toronto type beat tutorials in the future. So this beat that I'm breaking down is the My Bloody beat off my YouTube, which sits at I think over 50,000 views. One of the biggest, if not the biggest videos on my channel that I dropped in 2023 when the Duvy beat craze was going crazy. I realized that not a lot of people were making Duvy type beats around that time, if not from 2 years ago, from 2021, I'd say. And they weren't really up to date with his style at that point and at that moment. And Duvy style really, to me, was just a mix of Lil Baby, Dirk, with a little bit hints of like Future in there. So yeah, this beat was not from scratch. It was a loop actually by the one and only Melodic Beats and Genius. I'm pretty sure that this loop was sent to me on my mail, but before I was always on loop kits, searching up like, you know, Lil Baby ones and Future ones. And sometimes you stumble on gold and sometimes you don't stumble on anything. But I stumbled on greatness here, guys. Greatness. So when I first heard the loop, which is just this. Let me actually move my tag first. So you see, it's just the piano hooked me, like the reverb, the way that it's fast paced, slap it. But then the other part of this loop that really got me was the actual vocals. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Like it just added so much. So like the whole loop together with the sub bass too. The sub bass is super important. And the piano already had the real aggressive buildup that made me already like it was so easy to make drums on this because the melody, my philosophy with making beats is really and truly, if the melody has a lot going on, make the drums simple. But if the melody doesn't have a lot going on, then you can make the drums however crazy you want. It kind of just balances it out, you know, more or less, or less is more. Depends on the loop, depends on the BPM, because this beat is fast. This beat is 170 BPM, which is a lot. It's pretty fast. Usually I'm in like the 155 to 165 range, so this one is fast. So these are all the melodies combined right here. Now for the drums. All right, let's go through them one-on-one. So we got the hi-hat, you know, simple two-step. No rolls, no nothing, just simple two-step. Open hat, just hits on the one, then hits on the three. Simple. The snare, very crucial. Oh, wait, I don't know why there's something. Oh yeah, by the way, with this FOP, it didn't save my snare, but it's in there. I promise you guys. I think it's in with the spins or whatever. It is in with the spins. So I had to incorporate this before the actual video. The point is, now with the snare and the spins. See the spins, right? My 808 pattern. Very simple. So we'll go like this. You know, just following the bass notes of the piano. Pretty simple with the little roll at the end, just to add some spice. And then I added a kick. Now the kick's right here. And a lot of my beats, just to spice it up from all the tutorials I've watched on my own come up per se, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's told me when you use a kick, use it on the second part of the hook instead of just, you know, adding things in at the start. You know, always have like a continuous rise and fall, kind of like a roller coaster. So that's what I did with this beat. So this is the drums leading into the kick. And I feel like the kick just adds that little punch, which is... And I love this because the actual 808, it's at G, and then it goes down to D sharp. That's like my favorite chord progression, at least when it comes down to using a kick, because I like when it goes high, like usually like G sharp or G minor, whatever you want to call it, and then F sharp minor. That's one of the best, because then it goes high and then it hits low, especially with the kick. Like if you hear it right here. Oh wait, with the kick, I'm bugging. those are the drums, okay? And now with the loop arrangement, I knew that if I had this vocal playing in the whole time, it wouldn't get repetitive. But the best thing about this whole beat is that really and truly, it's such a build up and build down. So I could really go crazy with this arrangement. But for me, I keep my arrangements very simple. I know so many producers that have asked me, how do you arrange the beats? Or so many tutorials or whatever. I struggled with this in the beginning when I first started making beats. About like, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago. But I just keep it simple. I keep it very simple. So if you see, guys, I have a, whatever you want to call it, I'm not going to say 2-bar, but you know, I have a 2-part chorus or 2-part intro, 2-part hook, and then, you know, verse-wise, 4-part verse, basically. But this is like a bridge. Right here's the bridge. So I just did that. But because the BPM's 170, guys, it's a fast beat. If this was like 140, hell no. It's too slow. It's too slow. It's too slow. So anyway, basically, yeah, and then I just copied it over, you know, as you see. And then, you know, fade it out at the end. Whatever you want to call it. So this is the full beat itself. Let me actually not bore you guys because this is my first YouTube video. You guys probably heard the beat before, but breakdown wise like this. Let's just start from the chorus. It doesn't have the snare there because I had to edit it out in the spins. So guys, with this beat, any backstory otherwise than just make the beat itself is I posted this beat not thinking it was going to do anything crazy, as well as any other Duvy beats that I posted around that time. This one got a good amount of traction. I feel like it was because of the title, My Bloody. Certain like Toronto slang words or certain words that Duvy himself, I guess, would use. I would put him in the titles, like one beat called Stanky. I guess that might have, you know, resonated with certain people per se, or got like a bigger reach because of that. But yeah, titling, but thumbnail was okay. It was just a photo of him, as many other titles or thumbnails I've used. So yeah, I mean, when it went off, it went off. I think it's still going crazy, which is good. You know what I mean? Good for the channel. Good for the channel, guys. But right now I've switched over to making 100 band playing type beats, which will be the next tutorial for you guys. So hopefully you took something from this video when it comes down to maybe arrangement or that. But yeah, also drum, what's called this, like a drum sample selection is very key as well. I'll just run through a little bit. Like, I mean, the spins wise, you know, regular spins. I didn't use anything crazy for this beat, guys. Honest to God. Like my snare, right? And this guy, Anthony Palmer, I used his kit so much, his loops so much. He was like the go-to guy in 2022, 2023, you know? So all these, not his samples per se, but a lot of these, like anything you see, I guess, the Luca Beats wise. I have my own sample kit. That is already out. It's already on BeatStars. It's not my own samples, of course. You know, it's just kind of like a stash kit that what I use all the time. So if you want to make beats like this, then you guys, you know, you can purchase it, hopefully. And yeah, so that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. My first video, so you know, it's bound to get better with the tutorials and everything. So yeah, signing off.